I like this comment so much I had to do a video on it instead of just answering it in the comments of my last video. So what is the definition of upcycling for real, and what is luxury upcycling? Let's get into it. In Italian, but the definition of upcycling is the recreation of a product or a material that gives it a higher value than the original product or material by transforming it into something else. But it's important to remember that different from recycling, upcycling is without using a technological or chemical process to change the actual properties of that material. So you are taking the original material as it is and reusing it in a way, transforming it in a way that gives it a higher value than the existing. So important to remember, giving a product a higher value than its original form, product or material, and two, not using technological processes that transform that material into something else. That would be called recycling. And that is actually less sustainable than upcycling because it takes more energy most of the time to recycle or downcycle a product, which is why in talking about the circular economy, we always say, obviously design for durability and repair, but then also try to upcycle first and then recycle and downcycle. And this is why I've always said that the luxury industry is poised or should be poised to embrace upcycling the most, because it takes a lot of artisanal skill and techniques to transform all of this into things like this. That is why I fully weave, macrame, and do all of this handiwork on all of my bags, because I am taking the leather in its original form, but manipulating it in a way that brings it to another level, a luxury level, so that this would never ever look like scrap. And I've said in other videos before that the reason that my bags are expensive is because there is so much labor involved in transforming the material. Weaving, creating cording, hand braiding, hand macrameing, etc., etc. And unfortunately, we've kind of gotten this mentality that upcycling means really amateur, patchwork, done at home, maybe like super 70s or like too like earthy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that it has a very specific aesthetic. And in the actual definition, that is not really the case. Of course, upcycling can look like this, stuff like this, and it's also great and amazing, and I really love this jacket. Upcycling can also look like this, which was made from plastic water bottles and was worn by Janelle Monáe at the Met Gala. It can also look like this. This is one of my favorite designers ever. She's a high jewelry brand from London, Annabella Chan, and all the metal is from soda cans. Plus she uses lab-grown diamonds. Honestly, her jewelry is spectacular. Upcycling can also look like this, which is all upcycled plastic, beading, and sequins used to create these very couture looks. All of this is upcycled, and upcycling can absolutely be luxury. We just have to change our thinking about it and keep embracing artisan techniques. If you like this video or want to know more about the circular repair and upcycle economies, just send me a message and I'm happy to answer more questions. Ciao from Firenze.